Puma has a new neutral but stable, or stable but for neutral runners shoe. Let's find out what it's all about. Hey everyone, and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex. In today's video we have a short review of the Puma Foreverrun Nitro, a very new shoe from Puma. Puma has created some very good shoes in the past couple of years. We have the DV8 Nitro 2 here on the shelves. You know, the DV8 Nitro Elite, the Magnify, the Velocity, the Liberate, lots of shoes that were highly enjoyed by the running community. And here we have something new. It's a shoe, a neutral shoe, or for neutral runners at least, with some stability features that could help, you know, mild to moderate to maybe high pronators. Let's look at the specs. We're looking at 306 grams, so roughly 11 ounces in my size US 11, EU 45. This is a good weight for a daily trainer with that volume and that look. It's certainly not a light shoe, but you know, Invincible is like 320-ish, 330. So this is actually a reasonable weight for such a shoe. Stack height, 36 millimeters in the heel, 26 in the forefoot for a 10 millimeter drop. 2 layers of nitro foam, one on the outer, the shell, if you will, and one on the core. A bit softer in the core on top of the other one, and the outer layer is a bit firmer. Nitro foam from Puma is a TPE nitrogen infused foam. It's probably one of the best foams out there. Such a good foam, such a good combination, and such a good design. If we look at the upper, we have a quite thick, to be honest, upper all around the shoe, nicely padded around the heel. Good lockdown. The only issue could be that the adjustment around the eyelets here, I mean around the tongue to be more specific, is not as good as I would like. I tried with the runner's knot and it works a bit better, but something a bit more snug, so you know, a color design that wraps a bit better the ankle would be something I would enjoy. But you know, it's a good fit, honestly. Gusseted tongue, and it runs true to size. Be careful again with Puma, take your US size, because it doesn't really match the sizing guides from other brands comparing US to EU sizes. It's a good shoe, kind of a pointy forefoot, but this is what Puma is doing. But you know, feet is true to size. I would say that this shoe could accommodate slightly wider feet because of the volume you have in the forefoot, which is really good, and the power tape that you have here, so overlays of power tape on the shoe, help give a bit more structure and avoid having the material collapsing too much on your feet. No lacing pressure, nice padding on the tongue. I really like the tongue. So upper, you know, overall it's a good upper. Let's look at the insole, because it's a very specific one, and one that has been designed with a, you know, podiatrist lab, if you will. You have this sort of metatarsal thing here to allow them to flex a bit more and to relieve the pressure from them. I kind of like it, and I use the shoe with those stock insoles, also with my custom ones. But it's a nice little addition to the shoe for sure. Let's look at the midsole and the ride now. As I mentioned, 2 layers of foam, one on the outside, one on the inside. The inside layer being a bit on top of the other one, so you have that softer feel underfoot, and the other one creates that stability feature, among other things. It's a very enjoyable ride. It's a very enjoyable midsole. I would say that you don't have as much softness as you feel underfoot, so you feel a bit more softness, but the ride isn't plush, isn't too soft, which is really enjoyable on that side. And you definitely have something reminiscent, and that's why I really enjoy this shoe, surprisingly I would say, compared to the DV8 Nitro 2. So if you like the DV8 Nitro 2, this shoe doesn't have a plate, of course, but it's something coming closer to that ride with that nitro foam feeling to it, quite pleasant. If we look at stability features, so dual layer midsole with that firmer outer layer to provide with some stability. I think it works well, but it's not like too much. It doesn't force you to run in a specific way, which is good, and I don't like being forced to run in a specific way. It's a very light type of, you know, dual layer stability feature, if that makes sense. You have that plasticky overlay surrounding your heel, acting as sidewalls to prevent from going, you know, sideways. good feature here. And you also have some small tweaks to the design, the geometry of the midsole with a bit of flaring and a bit of bevel. I would say that this is not too much. It could be a bit more, really to help you, move forward and be nicely aligned in your foot strike. It's really a neutral shoe with some light stability feature and not a stability shoe by any means. It's a shoe that I am enjoying for everything recovery, easy endurance, especially on tired legs, and especially when I feel like my fatigue level could lead to some overpronation, to some small issues with that collapsing. This helps me really guide my foot strike forward, but it's not too much. I have in mind, don't ask me why, but I have in mind the Adidas Adistar, which was too much for me in terms of controlling my collapsing and my pronation. This is really nice, and this is really not too much. With the Nitro foam, and it combines a nice, it creates a nice combo. 150 euros, $150, very reasonable price point for a daily trainer, I would say nowadays. You get some slapping in the forefoot, and that's my main drawback. The sound of it and also the feel of it. That's also because of how I foot strike and the 10 millimeters drop, which feel a bit like more, maybe like 12. You get some slapping in the forefoot. That's probably one of the only drawbacks I have until now with this shoe. I hope this makes sense. I hope you enjoyed this short review of the Puma Foreverrun Nitro. Let me know in the comments if you have some questions. If you want to compare this shoe against others, I can answer your comments and questions, of course. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.